If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, please stay with me in this video because I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to help you stay consistent on your YouTube channel. You should not wait until tomorrow or a month from now just so you get a new camera, or you've been saving money to get a camera so you can start a YouTube channel, or maybe you have a camera but you don't have a decent microphone, so you want to start your podcast or your YouTube channel whenever you get this microphone. About 4 years ago, in June 18th, 2018 to be exact, I started recording myself. Like, I recorded my first ever video on YouTube. The point is that I was sabotaging myself for a long time. I was always telling myself that I didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't know how to operate a camera, or I didn't know how to take pictures. Yes, I think I've owned smartphones since 2012, but I didn't take pictures very often. And for that reason only, I was like, oh no, I don't know how to record myself. If I start recording myself, it's not gonna be as good as other YouTubers. And that's the reason number 1. Don't compare yourself to the YouTubers that you watch or that you've been watching for a long time. Those people have teams, experience, expensive gear. I would say they are more creative because they've been doing this thing that you and me are starting to do right now, because I am very new to the YouTube thing. I started about 6 months ago and I'm still new. I'm still learning on this. Like, for example, I told you I started on my phone, and 4 years ago I started on a iPhone 6s Plus. Yeah, exactly. This exact phone. On this phone, I recorded myself for the very first time, and I was using my front-facing camera because I wanted to see myself, if I'm doing this thing, if the line is going to be fine. Like, there were a lot of excuses. I was coming up with excuse over another excuse over another excuse, and they were just killing my creativity. It took me years. My channel was already up since 2018. I just didn't upload on my channel for 4 years, and then 6 months ago I started to upload again. I'm trying to be consistent as I can, and also I am trying to push myself to post more videos, which is the reason why I'm posting this video. Today might have been 29 days since I posted my last video, so I wanted to make this video to encourage myself and also try to encourage others to start finally their YouTube channels. I took this phone and I recorded myself. So as I told you, the reason number 1 would be stop comparing yourself to these YouTubers that you have been watching for a long time. Start with what you have, the knowledge that you have, the message you want to say, or whatever it is you want to spread or you want to share with the world. Just do it. Just get the camera, record yourself. Just don't wait on this next camera. Like, if you have a phone, it could be an iPhone 6s Plus, the one I had, or like 6 months ago when I started, I was using my phone. This is the iPhone 13 Pro. It wasn't an upgrade that I really needed. It was because I had a few years with this phone and it wasn't working as I wanted it. So I decided to upgrade. So it wasn't because I wanted to start the YouTube channel or I wanted to take things seriously. If you really have the money to buy a camera, I'm not saying this is a reason why you should stop and wait until you have this camera. I'm just saying, if you have a phone but you also have some money on the side to buy a camera, or you already have a camera and you want to buy a lens, what I would do is, instead of getting, for example, I got myself a Sony ZV-E10. Instead of getting the Sony ZV-E10 plus the kit lens, which is this one, the 16 to 15 millimeters 3.5 to 5.6. Instead of getting these lenses, just save a bit more and get yourself a Sigma 16 millimeters 1.4. This is a very good lens. I'm just saying, just in case, if you have the money to spend. If you don't have the money to spend on it, just don't do it. Just grab your phone and record with your phone. If you do have a camera and you have a very good lens, or you don't complain about the quality on your lens, then you're just saying, okay, I don't start my YouTube channel because I don't have a microphone. That's not an excuse. Remember, depending on what your video editing software is, you can actually sync audio and video in post. While editing, you just have to grab an audio file and you just have to get your video file. You get it to your video editing software, and if you don't have a microphone, you already have a phone. And guess what? If you have an iPhone, these microphones, they get a very very good quality audio. You just go to your voice memos, open up the application and start recording yourself. Make sure you get the microphone, or you get the phone in your case, as close to your mouth as you can, so you can get the higher quality of the audio. You just have to start recording yourself and making sure that you do that and you stay consistent to that, or at least consistency will depend on you. If you have a 9-to-5 job or you have more than one job, just make sure you set realistic expectations. Like, don't tell yourself that you're going to be posting weekly when you don't have the time to balance things out, and don't put pressure on yourself to create another video. Just make sure you do this and try to stick to your schedule. If you say it's going to be once every 2 weeks, just do it every 2 weeks. If you're still watching this video, I want to thank you. Really want to thank you very, very much. And I know for a fact now that you are really serious about starting your YouTube channel. I just have to tell you, you can do it, and I believe in you. I just want to wrap up the 3 tips that I gave you on this video, so you can actually repeat this to yourself every day that you want to start recording these videos. The number 1 will be, remember, don't compare yourself to these other YouTubers, because if you are like I am, I started a YouTube channel because I was watching other YouTubers, other people's work, and you don't want to compare yourself to them because they are on a totally different stage of their life, on a totally different stage of their YouTube journey. Like, you're starting right now and they have years and years of experience. So you don't have to compare yourself to them. Tip number 2 will be, don't wait on this next camera. Just start with your smartphone if you have one. Start with your camera if you have one. If you don't have a microphone, remember to use your phone as a microphone, as I just showed you before. And the tip number 3 would be, set realistic expectations. Just make sure you don't beat yourself up. Just make sure you go through the schedule that you set for yourself. Try to be flexible with your schedule because it's going to depend on your availability. Make sure you start recording your videos and then learn things like your thumbnails, the titles, editing. First, you're not going to be great or good at editing. You're not going to be good at color grading. I am still not good at color grading or editing or even my thumbnails or my titles, but I'm just making sure that I learn different things before I post a video. So I just hope these 3 tips have helped you, and if they have, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and leave down in the comments what are going to be your questions if you have any, or share with me what is your experience if you have already started a YouTube channel. I just want to know from you. See you in the next video.